guys and girls, this is JJ here again with a demo of the NEXI Industries The Solution pedal board. And this is something really special, alright? What it is, the solution, and what is the problem, well, I'll tell you in a minute. The solution is an integrated pedal board that doesn't require you to use any patch cables or a power supply. There's a Voodoo Lab style isolated power supply built right into the unit. It's got a built-in tuner that is accessible through this middle foot switch at the bottom of the pedal board. It's got a built-in boost, which is operated by this foot switch on the right hand side of your pedal board, and it's got 3 levels, so you can set it up to boost 1, 2 or 3, whatever suits your rig. Okay, and then you can also switch between A and B, so different amplifiers with this thing. As I said, it doesn't require any patch cables, and it doesn't require a separate power supply. So right now I've got 5 pedals on my solution pedal board, which is the NEXI Fuzz, the standard overdrive, the NEXI Wah, the tremolo, I love a bit of tremolo, and of course I'm going to need a delay pedal. Basically, this is everything I would need to play to play a show and have all the sounds in my toolbox that I would typically use. I have room for 2 more pedals, which as you can see, if I remove the rubber pads like that, I have room for 2 more pedals, or if I remove the wah pedal, I would have room for 4 more pedals. And that shows you, at the same time, it shows you how these pedals are connected. Okay, so if I just grab one of these pedals, as you can see, there's a rubber pad at the bottom, so they're not going to slip on the floor, because you can use these things as standalone units, fortunately. There's a little connector here that goes right into this slot like that, and it can't go anywhere, and it's pretty stable, right? As I said, you can use them as standalone units. For instance, if you really like this delay pedal, you can just take off these little rubber pads for a regular power supply, and you can use a guitar pick like that to open up the regular jack in and outputs. And then there's a little cover that comes with it that you can put at the bottom of the pedal, so you're not going to damage or hurt the connector there. So you could use these as standalone pedals. They're great pedals, but you can also use them in the solution pedal board. All of these pedals are analog. If you open them up, you're going to see they're analog pedals. All of the sounds in there were designed and tweaked by some of the Netherlands, like best boutique builders. It's really easy to change the order of the pedals, because you can just take them out and pop them somewhere else. What's also really nice about the NEXI pedal board is that it is waterproof. Now, why would you want to have a waterproof pedal board? I'm a bass player in a hardcore punk band from the Netherlands, and on tons of occasions I've experienced that even though I was only using 2 pedals, a TC Polytune and an Earthquaker Devices bellows fuzz for my bass, which is basically an always-on effect, I found myself not putting it at my mic stand, but putting it at the side of the stage, because a lot of people in the crowd, especially if they're drunk, and they tend to get drunk at punk concerts, and they're going to spill beer all over my precious pedals, alright? So it's really very pleasing idea that this thing is fully waterproof. Okay, so I've just hooked up 5 pedals that I would typically use. Right here is the input, and here's 2 outputs. There's also 2 USB ports on the pedal board. Now I know what you're thinking, right? Oh, so you can load different sounds into it? Well, no, that's not the case. These USB ports are simply there to charge your tablet or your phone. Now, why would you want to go ahead and do that? you know, as a gigging musician, I know what it's like when you've had a 2-hour drive to a gig, you've had your line check, and you want somebody to take photos or shoot video at your gig, but your battery's running low on your phone. It's always kind of a drag to find a wall wart where you can charge your phone. Maybe you can put it behind the bar or something, but then somebody would have to watch it. And I always use my phone also as for the clock to see when it's showtime and how long we've been playing, right? So it's really convenient that you don't have to put your phone somewhere behind the back line to charge it, hoping it will still be there after the show and nobody took it. So you can just pop it right in there and charge your phone like that. I would probably even just put it on the pedal board, well, not in the front row because I'm going to hit it with my foot, of course, to check the time every once in a while. And imagine if you're playing in an orchestra or playing in a theater where you would use sheet music on a tablet. You know, that tablet would have to keep going during rehearsal, maybe even dress rehearsal and the show itself. So it's a very good idea that you can actually charge your tablet from your pedal board, which is sitting on the ground anyway. So right here is the input for the power supply. This thing is tremendously heavy, and it even comes with its own lid that you can just put right on top of it and click it so that it's secured. And that lid, I've been told, it can take the weight of 150 kilograms, which is not even as much as I weigh. So you don't have to worry about, you know, loading your gear into the van after a show and somebody accidentally lands a flight case or an amplifier on top of your pedal board. They're still going to be in place. They're still going to be working. They're not going to come off. And the worst thing that could happen is you could damage the lid. And that's it. So you don't have to worry about loading stuff back into your car or your van because your pedal's going to be nice and secure. Now, what is the advantage of the NEXI concept as opposed to a regular pedal board? Me, myself, I'm not a very big fan of using pedal boards live. I don't use a lot of effects, even though I'm a demo artist for guitar effects. I use no pedals at all, just a tuner or maybe sometimes a reverb pedal that will sit in the effects loop of my amplifier. And that is because I also have to sing lead, front to band, play the guitar. So I like an amplifier to be dirty by itself, use the amp's overdrive, nice tube overdrive, and to clean up, just turn down on the guitar. That's the way I would go about it. Another thing is that whenever I used pedal boards during transport, pedals are always going to come off the pedal board, even though you're using Velcro. It's especially true with mini pedals. You're using Velcro or zip ties. They're always going to come off, or somebody accidentally pulls out one of the power cables, or there's something wrong with one single pedal, and you have to check all of the leads and all of the power supply sockets. I've also judged in band contests. I'm not saying 9 out of 10, but especially certainly 5 out of 10 bands have technical difficulties due to pedal board trouble. That's not the case with the NEXI board, because if something's wrong, if your overdrive is not sounding right, just take it off, all right, and then the signal chain is just simply going to go like that, and you won't have any trouble. A lot of things can go wrong with pedal boards. thing that I would like to point out, and that is what I call the stress-inducing effect of choice. Let me explain to you what I mean with that. You know, old guys and old school players, and I consider myself an old school player, we know what it's like to not have a proper dinner for 2 weeks because you had to go and buy that fuzz pedal. The romantics of that idea, you know, like spending some money 15 years ago on a fuzz pedal or an overdrive pedal that you really couldn't afford, but you were willing to give up a lot of things in order to buy that overdrive pedal. Now, I believe that young people nowadays, I work with children, right? I'm an English teacher. They're not very sensitive to that type of romance. You know, if you feel lonely, you just send out 10 text messages and bam, 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 2 or 3 are going to respond, and then you're not going to feel as alone. You want to go on a date, just go on Tinder, swipe right, there you go. You want to make coffee, we've got Nespresso, right? So you want to use a pedal board, oh my God, so where do all of the patches go and which power supply do I need? And then there's the thing, right? Us guitarists, most of us are never really satisfied with our sound. And that comes from the huge amount of choices available to us these days. We're not really happy with an Ibanez TS-808 tube screamer anymore because we can get, you know, like this and this company who makes a tube screamer, that's even better. But this one has a low-end control. We're not going to be satisfied with having just one overdrive because we want to stack them, right? We're not very satisfied with the tremolo pedal that we're using because we would like it to have a triangle waveform instead of a sine wave kind of thing. And well, the best thing would be if we could switch between them. So we're selling and buying gear all the time. I'm not saying everybody does this, but the thing is, when you go to an online shop and you shop for overdrive pedals, hardly ever have I come across a player who says, well, you know, like a Boss SD1, it's gonna do it for me. No, we want the soul food, but once we have the soul food, we want to have a different overdrive pedal that has even better clipping diodes in it. With the NEXI solution, that part of the stress-inducing choice is not there because they offer one fuzz. They offer several overdrives and distortions, but they've only got one delay, one tremolo, and they're all going to fit into this pedal board. Now, I know what you're thinking, right? I want to use my 1992 Big Muff because that basically defines my sound, right? Well, you know what? You can just put it in front. Fuzzes like to be at the front anyway, so you can use your pedals that you're emotionally attached to. You can use them in the front or behind the pedal board and still use those if you want. The other thing is you can use these as standalone boxes, as I said. So if you like the tube screamer that NEXI make, you can just go ahead and use that and put that on your own pedal board. Quick shopping list. Starting out building a pedal board, you're going to need a board, right? Say you want a pedal train, I don't know what, like a Metro or a Nano or a Junior, let's say $50. Then you're going to want to have some patch cables, okay, which are going to cost you $2 or $3 each. If you use 5 pedals, you need a bunch of patch cables. You're going to want to have a power supply, okay? You're going to go for a 1-spot, and then you're going to need a daisy chain that can power all of those pedals. You're going to want to have some Velcro because the Velcro that comes with these pedal trains is crap. You can use zip ties. If you go for the do-it-yourself route, then Of course, you can easily build a wooden pedal board like I built the IKEA pedal board a while back, but then how are you going to transport it? In a shopping bag? No, you're going to want to have a case for it. Let me tell you this, and this is my honest opinion. If I take off all of these pedals and give you the pedal board, including this overdrive pedal, including the boost, which has 3 levels, and a tuner pedal, and an amplifier switch. What if I told you that that package is 200 bucks? So 200 bucks is going to buy you the board, it's going to buy you the tuner, which is really easy to read. It's the size of a rack tuner. It's got a 3-level boost, and it's got an overdrive pedal. 200 bucks. All of these other NEXI pedals, it doesn't matter what you want. You want the delay? It's 100 bucks. You want a tremolo? It's 100 bucks. You want the wah? It's 100 bucks. Okay? So let's say you're going to use 5 pedals, including this overdrive. This would be 200 bucks. And you want 4 more. That's 400 bucks. So for 600 bucks, you're going to have a fully equipped pedal board that's ready to rock, that is waterproof, that has an amp switcher, a boost, and a tuner built in with 4 pedals of your choice, leaving room for even more pedals if you want. That's a steal, man. So as you can tell, I really like the NEXI Solution pedal board. I'm a simple guy, and my motto is #SimpleLife, and the Solution gives me just that. Don't have to worry about patch cables, power supplies, people spilling beer, or the stress that comes with selecting pedals you're going to use on your gig, right? So I really like it. In fact, I like it so much that me and NEXI have been talking, and we're going to make you a special offer. There's a link to a video, a different video, right here, where you can see my selection of NEXI pedals, my jan-jaap setup, and we're going to make you a special offer. You can get the Solution pedal board, including the lid, which is optional but a definite must-have, and my personal favorite 4 NEXI pedals for a very reasonable price. There would be a link to the web shop, to NEXI's web shop, in the description of that video, where you can order it and have the NEXI experience for yourself. I'm not going to spoil anything, you just have to watch the video, but I'm telling you that you can play a blues gig, classic rock, hard rock, indie, alternative, whatever floats your boat. You're going to be able to make the sounds you need in a very reliable and affordable package with that jan-jaap setup. So go and check that out. Signing off. jan-jaap.